Alright folks, welcome back to Malmo, and again, I'm going to say it again, this could be very well be the last episode of the series and of Football Manager 2018 on my channel. Of course, it's Manchester United in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I'm sure you've seen quarterfinals of Champions Leagues plenty on Football Manager across many creators, but have you seen it with Malmo? I don't know, I'm not sure I have. Yeah, the season has started pretty nicely since we managed to avoid a significant enough defeat to knock us out of Europe at the Nou Camp. We've qualified for the Svenska Cupen final, so we've won every Svenska Cup game we've played in the save, and we managed a 6-2 home victory over Kalmar, despite falling behind. Itebo with 2, Shea Gomez 2, Grigg on fire, and Vinheim with goals. But it doesn't matter. All that matters is the Champions League, and that's why I say if we fail to qualify through, which we're going to, we'll be ending the series on a high note, because this has been magical managing Malmo. I urge you to try it. It is tricky with the 9 Swedish player rule in the Svenska League, in the Allsvenskan, but it's a thoroughly enjoyable experience, and I think Swedish football, wonderful, wonderful. But let's get cracking. I'll see you pitch side with the teams in just a moment. So there we have it then, the teams at the Swedbank. We have Grigg, Strandberg and Gomez up front, Skurch, Gould in the middle, Benaku left back. Dykes is not fit to start. The defence is a little bit ramshackle. Hansen comes in, Nielsen and Hadzi Kadunic sadly, Milosevic injured. For Manchester United, Paulo Dybala leads the line, Andrea Zivkovic on the right side, Nacho holding in midfield. I'm just looking for players that don't play for them at the moment. Gulam left back, Mario right back. Other than that, it's pretty much full strength and a bench containing Icardi, Lozano, Lukaku and Rashford. So let's get this started, shall we? This may be one step too far. Manchester United, led of course by Jose Mourinho, a real tactical masterclass. We share the same initials, so you know it's a sign of a good manager. Apparently, I'm going over to shake his hand, and we get the full handshake in early. So can we do what we did to Barcelona? I think this may be one step too far, but you never know. Again, I didn't expect us to come through against Barcelona, so if we can come through here, then wonderful. Just noticed Koeman a little bit tired, so probably won't feature. Just before the 10-minute mark, then we get the first opportunity. It looks like Grich to Jay Gomez, right side now. Vinheim crosses Strandberg just over the crossbar. Got to be putting that away, Carlos. He did. That's what he was doing. He did that against Barcelona. A little bit of tiredness actually in the Man United ranks. Not too far away from our side though, so probably won't be that much of a deciding factor. Not a lot going on in this game. Half an hour played, just over. Grich now to Vinheim on the right side, releasing, and I thought that ball was going to find Strandberg, but it wasn't to be, and De Gea will clear the lines. Should come back there with Benaku, his Gould. Sweeps the ball sort of towards Vinheim, and he does make it. Nielsen to Gould again. Finds Grich in a pocket of space. Tries to play it through, but can't get there, and Gulam collects. Oh dear, now this is where they're going to turn defence into a lightning counter. Or are they? Yes, I suspect they are. Martial to Mata, and Dybala is on his way. And Paulo Dybala makes no mistake. A little bit of a goal from nothing, especially since we had the ball in quite good positions. We just didn't use it very well. I mean, Man United are hardly passing the ball here. 64% completion rate, but that ball unlocked our complete defence. And it's a good finish in the end. He waited for Dragowski to come to a certain point and put it beyond him. So half-time then, trailing by 1-0. I'm going to be aggressive with the boys and ask for something different. I think we've got to be. That's the way we need to be. Obviously, we've got Pettersson on the bench, a Manchester United player now. Our product, but their player. And Vinheim might get in here, actually. Crosses. It's a good cross, that, but Jones clearing. We've had the better moments. It's just they've had one counter-attack that led nicely to a goal. We're going to make changes. It's early in the second half, I know, but Ryan Gould hasn't impressed and hasn't really... Well, I mean, he's a bit tired. I said Dykes wasn't fit to start. He sort of was, but Benaku played really well in the last game. So that's sort of why I went with that. Anyway, so Dykes is on, and Nielsen's going to be dismissed for jumping alongside a man that seemed a little bit harsh to me, and that's a little bit of a concern and a problem because we don't have any defenders. Ryan Fredericks is the only defender on the books, on the bench, and he's definitely more of a wide player. So we're going to have to sacrifice a forward. It's going to be Will Grigg coming off, and we're going to play. We're going to look to play. We're going to see who sort of will suit it better. Vinheim probably is the man slightly. That's a real problem for us. I don't feel that that's really fair that Nielsen's been sent off for that, but we're going to demand more anyway, because if we go to Manchester with nothing like we are doing now, I mean, the referee's lost the plot at this point. He's booking all of our players for no reason. Pettersson sends it down the right to Jay Gomez, who crosses, and Strandberg gets us something. 10 men Malmo equalise on the night against Manchester. I don't know why we didn't sound like corner. But we get the goal despite the man disadvantage. Pettersson sending it down the right side, and Jay Gomez putting it into an area. Strandberg attacking it nice. Don't know where De Gea's going. Must have heard the whistle. But we score, and we've got something to work with. Although Ryan Fredericks manages to win it back. I thought he dallied too long. Vinheim, Hansen. Vinheim and Fredericks in the same team. I never thought that would happen. Dykes into Pettersson. Launches the ball out to Fredericks. Takes control nicely. Crosses. And Jay Gomez. We've actually taken the lead. Who needs 11 men? Jay Gomez. A lovely ball in from Ryan Fredericks. And we have a lead. Pettersson has come on and played pretty well, it seems. Good passing range on him there. Great ball out to the flank. And Ryan Fredericks attacking. And beautiful finish from Jay Gomez. Dragowski kicks the ball out now to Hadzikadunic, and Dykes on this left side. Looks for the channel. We won't be as wide up front now that we've only got the two men. Dybala getting nowhere near that. Hansen clears the youngster. And that ball looking for Dybala through the middle, but Hansen collects, and Vinheim. We're trying to play these balls as we often will. And Xavi and Dybala, look at the players. I thought they were going to cross, but, well, a little bit fortunate again. Manchester United get about 15 rebounds. Hirving Lozano equalising 2 away goals. That's a little bit of a problem for us. Drawing an English side is always a challenge. They've got such a strength in depth. Again, I'm not really sure. You know, this could have... It's a great save from Dragowski. That's equally great. And then Lozano gets about 5 bites of the cherry. De Gea now clears the ball. Vinheim to Fredericks. Grich working in field. Sends Jay Gomez on his way. Skips away from his man. De Gea tips it onto the crossbar. Great save from David De Gea. And that's probably going to be game then. Yeah, a little bit harsh. We've, 4 yellow cards and a red card to 1 yellow, considering United committed more fouls. But that's the referee's decision to favour the big side, I suppose. Okay, so it really is in the balance, but stacked against us. We've got trial ball. You won't see that one, but you will be with me for that second leg in Old Trafford, or at Old Trafford, rather. Yeah, fingers crossed. Just think happy thoughts. I'll see you for that team news in just a moment's time. Okay, it may be time to face the final curtain. It's Old Trafford, and we have issues with our side. You can see Milosevic injured, Nielsen suspended, of course, for those 2 dubious yellow cards. So it means that we're going to go with the back 3 with Vinheim joining Hadzikadunic and Hansen. Probably should have bought defenders, but that said, we did need the striking power to come in, and we couldn't have registered all those replacements anyway. So, it is tough. 2-2 the score then, of course, so fingers crossed. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be really tricky. In fact, no, Tavo's a bit tired. We're going to leave Nielsen, who's a youngster, on. Malcolm Nielsen looks to be a pretty decent youngster. You never know. Yeah, so we'll see you pitch side with the team in just a second. And there we have it then. So restored to the starting lineup. Mitchell Dykes and Ryan Fredericks, with Pettersson and Gould getting the nod in midfield. Grich on the bench. So... yeah, and Jezza up front with Jay Gomez and, of course, the man on fire. So, fingers crossed, I think we're going to say that we expect a good result to keep the win going. I mean, at the moment, obviously, we're losing. We need to go out here and score and win. Or draw 3-3, I mean, that's easily done here, right? this is a different, Barcelona is a tough game, one of the hardest games, but this is a different kettle of fish. 20 minutes or so played then, a throw in for ourselves. We didn't quite utilise that properly, and Martial is in and scores, and that probably ends it before it even begins. Just poor play up the field, and we just couldn't keep up then with the break. Icardi sending Martial down the side, and really we should be forcing him wide, but we just haven't got the pace to deal with it, or the defence, because as I pointed out, Vinheim isn't a centre half. And of course the referee's continuing to book our men. Dybala's corner, and Martial doesn't win that, it's headed away. Dybala collects, so time to measure across, finds Matic, back to Dybala, but we do clear it though, and Jay Gomez can bring this away. Tries to find Jezza through the middle. That's not going to work. We need to be a bit more intricate than that. Pettersson, Fredericks. There's the intricacy we're looking for. Martial to Matic, and Man United can build from the back with Dybala now striding out from midfield. That's a great tackle, but unfortunately it falls back against Zivkovic, who finds Martial, who, that's fortunate in its own right. Icardi, the first to react, and taps it into an empty net. It's sad, isn't it? It is sad that they've scored two not great goals, in fairness, but we should have put a tackle in there, and that's a decent save by Jagoski. He's done what he needs to do. It's away from goal, but fortunate that it fell to Icardi. Corner ball just before half time, goals corner, Jay Gomez, and it ends up going in. It's a complete ping pong in there, but Jay Gomez pulls one back, and we have an away goal, and we're 45 minutes to go. It's hard to believe. Borderline offside with the goalkeeper playing Jay Gomez on there, and 2-1 we go in at the break. We've got to really hope and pray for something pretty spectacular. Will Grigg not having a good game. We're going to ask for something different, and I'm tempted to take Grigg off. Strandberg on the bench. Do we do it? I think we do. I think we go Strandberg in the middle with Jezza moving to the flank, and hopefully we finish with the two strikers that we sort of pinned all our hopes on. Of course, you remember Marcus Rosenberg with his multiple goals in his retirement year. Ryan Gould not having the best of games. He struggled against United last time out. He's had a bit of a poor patch, to be honest. We took him off last time. We're going to take him off this time for Grich, and hopefully we can do some damage with the replacements that we've brought on. Only 15 minutes or so to play. I was going to just look at the situation tactically there, but an opportunity might come up here. Fredericks down this right side. Well, he just gives the ball to Nacho, and then he's set down. I don't know, he must have pulled up there. It's unfortunate for ourselves. Lozano is in, and that's unfortunate. We lost the ball due to Fredericks pulling up injured. Nothing you can do about that. There's no blame there. It's just unfortunate then that we're lopsided. I mean, really, should the ball go out of play? Nice fair play from United. Nothing wrong with it, but it would have been a nice gesture at least if they hadn't just exploited that right side. Ryan Fredericks injured, and just adds to the injury problems that we got. We're going to put Benaku right side. Not that it really matters now. The game is over. Jay Gomez right side crosses. Jezza or Jones heads away. Not Jezza. And Icardi. We just can't make the ball stick up front now. We're struggling really. And Zivkovic, you can see how many players Man United are pulling forward, and it's Zivkovic who scores. 4-1 on the night, 6-3 on aggregate. Man United are moving the ball forward pretty well. I don't think we need to see it again. Should be game, Jagoski will clear, and that should be the full-time whistle. Manchester United go through to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and Malmo go out losing 4-1 on the night. We never really did enough, but with the team we had out there, it's unacceptable really, the performance, but it's understandable given the context of the team that we had to put out. The defence just not strong enough to survive without Nielsen and Milosevic. Never mind. And Man United go through. And Fredericks, of course, a tight Achilles. I mean, that can happen. So it's quarterfinals knockout. No shame in that. No shame in that at all. What to say about the Malmo series? It's been great. It's been wonderful. If any Malmo fans have joined the club, subscribing, then that's great. any Swedish football fans as well. Let me know if that's why you've decided to follow the Knock It Wide channel. Do pop a like on there for me for the full experience, I suppose, of making it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League in 3 years. We've signed some great players. We've seen some really good talents. It's a shame we won't get to see this lad develop. It would have been nice to have him available in the Champions League. He's a real talent. You know, he's scored 10 goals in 6, and so he got 2 hat-tricks. So yeah, really good prospects. Just a shame we won't get to see him anymore. And that's probably the case with quite a few of these players, you know. But it is always a battle to keep them. That's the other thing, because they'll just move for better and bigger contracts. And fair play. But as I say, do subscribe for Football Manager 2019 content. It's been an absolute pleasure to be Malmo, and I hope you've enjoyed the journey just as much as I have, albeit a shorter journey than you might otherwise expect, just the 3 years, but a thorough, complete pleasure nonetheless. I'll see you again on my very next video. That'll be coming soon for Football Manager 2019. Take care and goodbye.